Hello. Hello,
Hello,
Marcelli.
Luisa.
Hi, how are you?
I am fine, and you?
I'm doing well, thank you, but I cannot see you yet.
And now,
Mm-mm.
can you see me?
There you go.
No.
No, I can see you. I
Oh,
can see you now. Okay. So, how's everything?
everything is fine.
Yeah.
I am struggling a little to start everything,
Yeah.
and I think I am with some difficulty with the listening part. See, when I watch or listen to some some audio,
Yeah. Audio, yeah.
yeah,
Audio, yeah.
it's right, correct,
Mm-hmm.
right.
Mm-hmm.
I listen and I am able to understand most everything, but when I'm doing the listening part, I think I lose some informations and I not able
Get the
to
correct answer.
write. Yes, and oh my
Okay,
God.
you know what, Marcelli, this requires practice. You know, like before my class with you, remember I'm doing like some classes in a school, and I'm doing it online right now, and I'm doing IELTS with them as well. The thing is, I cannot only share the system with you because it belongs to the school, but it's similar. Okay, so I have students, for example, I have four in that IELTS class right now, and before they had the class with me on Friday and Monday, Tuesday. Now it's their fourth day with me. And I asked them last Friday, for example, how long have you been in this class? So one lady said 1 month. Another lady said 6 months. And then one gentleman said, well, I've been doing this, but it's not continuously, like 8 months, something like that. And one guy just joined last week. So, it's because of those, like the length of doing this IELTS. It's obviously that those people who have been taking this practice, of course, the listening comprehension is way better. It's because they already had more practice, a lot of practice. So I will give you two again after our class today, and try to do them because you need to be more exposed. Okay, so here, when you are doing the listening, are you using a headset?
Yes,
Okay, so I don't know.
yes, I am in a jam with the door
Closed, closed.
closed.
Yeah. No E.
I
Okay.
am getting there.
Yeah.
Close.
Yeah. Okay, good. Because you don't want to be distracted by anyone, okay? Or by
Okay,
anything like noise outside, right? Okay.
okay.
Now, I don't know if in Brazil, in your city, if there is any test center where they have the headset, because you can request, okay? But
Yes,
in
okay.
most test centers, they only have this centralized uh, how do you call this one, system, audio system. They have centralized, so meaning they usually rent, for example, if there are many test takers, especially now that we still observe social distancing, right? Usually they rent like a hotel or a convention hall to accommodate people. But don't worry, because usually they have this very good sound system. So what you only need is to focus. Because if you missed, for example, if you missed, part of the recording, you won't get the correct answer anymore. So
Yeah.
try to keep up with the recording and focus. Okay,
Okay.
one of the strategies is this. I already told you about this. You have half a minute, 30 seconds, right? So the 30
To
seconds
listen, to read
to read all the
the
directions.
questions.
Yeah, and then whatever is given, if it's a table or a sentence completion or probably multiple choice. So try to read all the questions and whatever is there to be answered, like words before, words after, so that when the recording plays again, you are actually just waiting for something that you need to listen out for. Okay, for example, there's like one line. Okay, I need a noun here, I need an adjective, I need a number, I need a name. So these are the things that you need to listen out for when the recording plays again. In this way, it will be easier for you to get the answer. I know that sometimes section 2 and section 4, they can be equally challenging because there's only one speaker for each, right? And it all
Right.
depends on, the situation. Okay? So when I give you one listening later, I mean two, I should say, okay? Try to do them and try to focus, like try to concentrate and apply those strategies because it will be helpful. Now, some people say, but Louisa, I don't understand all the things that they say. Like there are words that I don't really know. Well, you don't really need to understand every single word, okay?
I know.
Because what you need to focus is on those things that you need to fill in, to complete, you know, what information you
Yes.
need to provide, right? Yeah.
Okay. One question I want to make
I want to
to ask
ask.
you.
Yeah.
Yes, to ask you. And do you think it's better than I? Of course, I will read before the audio begins. But do you think I have to read some parts? I don't know if I listen and read what I have to answer, or if I just stop and listen everything and then I will read again the questions to answer.
No,
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 no, no, no.
this no.
No, you have to
I
do
have to follow. To
exactly.
follow.
Yeah.
I listen and mark,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Okay.
So you have to do
Yes.
things all at the same time.
Okay.
Yeah. So the reading time is
I noted
the
this.
30
Yes.
seconds. Yeah. So the 30-second is your reading time, and then when the recording plays, you have to focus, listen, and write the answers. Well, you can write
This
down.
30 seconds, I read, but I don't get the message. I can't understand, and I am not able to read everything. I can read
No, no, no.
just
Okay,
a half.
because Marcelli, they come in set. Okay, for example, the narrator will say, you have half a minute to read question 1 to 5. Just focus on 1 to 5. Okay? So
Okay.
direction, questions, choices, probably anything that you need to fill in, like, any gaps, for example. Okay. And then probably you encircle things. You have to have, you have to kind of like develop a technique, you know, like for example, you have half a minute to read questions 1 to 6. Okay, 1 to 6. Okay, I need a name here. Okay, birthday, something like that. And so when the recording plays, it will be easy for you to follow. And you know what, the recording, whatever is the order of number of those numbers, like 1 to 5, it's the same order in the recording. It's not jumping from one idea to another. No, it's
Yes, yes, I
99%,
noticed this.
99% in order. They are
Okay,
in order. If there is
okay,
one, probably that's just, a very little percentage. But, well, 99% I would say they are in order. Okay?
yes, yes, I
Now,
noticed this.
so what about the reading? Have you done the one that I gave you?
Yes, yes, I have done.
And what's the name? Is it Odonata?
Yes,
Yeah,
auto,
okay. So before we do some
yes,
speaking,
automata.
yeah, okay. Before we do speaking, I want to mark this one. Let me see if I already put this in your folder. And how was it? By the way, how was?
I don't have the answers.
No, no, no. I mean, like, how was how was the?
I like it more than the other one. I think
Uh
I
huh.
think I got I think I have
Okay, this one
more
is. You think
more
it's
correct.
it's easier? You mean
Yes,
it's
I thought it
yeah.
was.
Okay, so even in the actual test, you would get something like this. Like it's probably easier or probably a more difficult set, so we don't know. So I need to give you something that is difficult,
Yes, I
easy,
know.
average. Okay, so please mark. Okay, we'll see. Okay, so in number one it should be letter C.
Just a minute. Yes, letter C.
Okay, number two and number three, letter B. So both numbers two and three, letter B as in boy. Okay.
Okay.
Number four A, number five
Okay.
C. Yeah, C as in cat.
Yes.
Number six
Okay.
A.
Okay.
Number seven E.
Okay.
Number eight F.
Yes.
Number nine H.
Yes.
Number 10 B.
Okay.
Number 11 I.
I.
Number 12 D.
Yes.
13 A.
Yes.
And then 14 fuel. Fuel.
Fuel.
Mm,
Fuel.
yeah.
Okay.
Number 5.
Right.
Okay, by the way, Marceli, before we continue, in the speaking and in the listening, wrong spelling wrong. Even if it sounds, for example, the same, if you were not able to get the correct spelling, you will be marked wrong. So be careful, because sometimes in the reading, people would only copy, for example, the answers are from the reading, right? And they sometimes misspell words. So they will be marked
No.
wrong. Yeah. Okay, so
Okay. F U E
UEL.
L.
And this one, number 15, is extinguish. Extinguish. It's
Yes.
EX.
EXTINGUISH.
Exactly. Okay. Now, number 16, hot and dry. That's easy. Okay. 15,
Yes.
rebuild the city. And
Yes.
then 18, stone and brick.
Brick.
Nine,
Yes.
nine. So you have to have those two, right? Okay. 19, fires.
Yes.
And then number 20, extinguish fires.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, I am. Yes, I got
Okay.
a
I think
lot
you're
of them.
very. But did you finish this in 1 hour?
Yes.
Okay, good. You
Yes.
always have to observe, the time limit. The
Yes.
time, yeah, okay.
I am setting the timer
Very good. Okay.
every time.
Okay, 21A,
Yes.
22C as in cat,
Yes.
25B,
Yes.
24 no. Okay, now with
Yes.
this one, no, yes, not given. For example, in the listening, you also have this type of question, right? You have
Right.
to write the complete word, not only the first letter. especially in the listening, because some people, to mean no, just N. To mean yes, Y. Not given NG.
Yes.
No. You
No.
have to write the complete words in the listening specially. Okay, even here. Okay. So 24
And then
no.
she answer, right?
Yeah. 25 yes.
Yes.
26 not given.
Yes.
20,
Okay.
27B.
27B.
28H.
8.
29D.
D.
30A.
Okay.
31E as in egg. 32I.
Okay. Yes.
33 through.
Okay.
34 through.
Yes.
35 through.
And this the same way I have to write the
Complete
whole
word. Complete word.
Okay.
Yeah.
Complete word.
Every time the yes, no, not given, true, false, not given, it's the same. Okay. Don't just write the,
Okay.
yeah, because some people, they,
The first one.
yeah, the first letter. Okay, 35 through, 36 not given, 37 true. Okay, 38 and 39. So both are false. Yeah, false.
Okay.
And the last number not given.
Okay.
40 not given. Okay, I think you got more correct answers. So just count the mistakes, the wrong answers.
The mistakes.
Mm-hmm.
1, 2, 3. 4, 5. 5 mistakes.
Okay, so meaning you got 35. Okay,
Yes.
so let's calculate this. 1 second. I need to choose an IELTS
I
calc.
would love if every part were like this.
I hope so too. I hope that you will get the same
Oh
kind
my
of like
God.
set the same level of difficulty. So I hope it will be the same in the actual test. So this is academic, and you did reading and you got 35. That would be, wow, 8.
Oh, great.
8.
Great, great.
Yeah, very, very good. Yeah, okay. So again,
I am doing to I was doing the last listening you have sent to me, but I didn't finish. When I finish today, I will send you
the result, because you can mark.
the result.
Yeah, because at the end of the test, then there is an answer key and you can mark and just
Yeah,
send me the
yes.
result so I can convert this into a
Okay.
band score. Yeah. Okay. And
Okay.
then I will send you 2
Just a
more.
minute.
Okay.
Okay.
Ready? Okay, I need to share because I need to we need to do some speaking. Can you see my screen now?
Yes.
Okay. So this is one sample for the speaking. Okay. Now, all the components of the IELTS are, of course, equally important. But one thing that you have to keep in mind is that they give more weight on the speaking and the listening. Because this is something that you use in your everyday life, outside the school,
Okay.
outside the school, inside the school. Because you want to prove, the examiner that you're coming here as a student and that you have, this level of English that you will help you to be able to become productive or effective in doing, any course or any program in any given school, for example, right? Okay, so part one is usually about personal info, things that things that has things that have to do something with you, your family, your home, your education, your work, and other familiar topics, and mostly social situations. Okay, so it's very common that examiners will ask you to introduce yourself. So you already know this, like, of course, you have to mention your name, like, where are you from, and things like that. But there will be questions, and probably there will be like a theme about friends, about friendship. Okay, so you already introduce yourself. Probably the examiner already asked you, okay, what do you do? What about your husband? How many children do you have? Are your parents still alive? And many other things. Okay, so probably one of the questions that will be asked to you is about friends. Okay, so probably the examiner already knows that you are a medical doctor. So probably she'll ask, okay, Marcelli, so you are a doctor by profession. Do you still have time to go out with friends? And if you do, how often do you go out with friends?
Okay. Sincerely, I don't have much time to go out with friends. We mostly do some birthdays, parties in our job environment because not
No, it should be
only
work
because
environment, work, not job. Work environment. That's the collocation.
okay,
Okay, in
okay,
our, yeah.
in our work environment, and because not only because I have a tight
Schedule.
schedule, yes, out of my work. I have two little daughters, so when I have time to go out, I usually do this with my family, my husband and my daughters. But maybe once a month or once, yes, usually once a month, I have time to go out with some friends.
Okay. So yeah, that's how you do it, right? Like, I'm a medical doctor, and usually I have this very tight schedule, or erratic schedule, meaning,
Around.
yeah, like, probably you work night shift today, and then the following, after probably a day or two, you work daytime, something like that. So sometimes you
Yeah.
work weekends probably, and sometimes you work only weekdays. So erratic schedule. But anyway, at least once a month, I have time to go out with some friends, or to meet or hang out with friends, for example. Okay. Now, second
Hang out,
question.
yes.
Yeah, second question would be, tell me about your best friend at school. Meaning, when you were still at school, elementary, middle school, high school, university, so probably you had a best friend, or you had more than one. So probably best friends. Can you please talk, you know, about one of them?
Yes, yes. I have this best friend. Her name is Moema, and we studied since we were about 9, 10 years old,
We
and
studied
she is,
together. We studied together.
yes, we
Okay.
studied together. What I said, I have said.
You said you just studied. We studied at 9.
Okay. Okay. And she is still my best friend, and we have a great relationship until now. Instead instead of we live apart,
although,
Yes. But
although,
although
yeah,
we
although we
live
live apart.
in different cities, we have this great big distance between physical distance between us, but we are always talking in the phone or
Social media,
oh my god,
like apps like
yes, social
WhatsApp.
media, yes, WhatsApp, and sharing photos of our families, and we love each other a lot.
Oh yeah. Okay, so is she a doctor as well?
No, she is
She is an
arch-
architect.
architect. Yes, she is an architect.
Okay, so meaning you remained friends, and you communicate constantly with one another with all of this, you know like apps that we have, like on social media and everything like that. So you kept, like, contacting each other, so you kept in touch with her. Okay, that's good. Okay,
Yes, we
now what
kept
about this one? Probably the examiner will also ask you about, your relationship with your neighbors. Okay, so Marceli, by the way, how friendly are you with your neighbors?
we just say hello, good morning, but we don't have strong relationship. We don't go to each other house.
Oh yeah, because you live in an apartment building, right?
Yes, yes.
Yeah, okay.
And everyone has a particular life, and we don't meet each other on the corridor or on the hall.
Yeah, so
We
it's like
don't meet
like
each.
everybody is
Yes,
busy and you don't have time to kind of like
yes.
socialize.
Everybody's busy. Yes,
But of course you say hi when you see some of your
yes.
neighbors.
Of course.
Yeah. Okay. But that's it. Only hi. Have a nice day. Goodbye. Something like that. Okay. Well,
Yes, we say cordial
okay.
relationship.
Yeah, we are very cordial. Cordial. We have
Yes,
this cordial
cordial.
relationship. Yeah. Okay, well, I don't know. But of course, the examiner already knows the answer, but you are being tested, of course, like how you deliver things, how you give responses to all the questions. Okay, so for example, which is more important to you, friends or family, and why?
For me, I don't have any doubt. It's my family. My family is the most important thing in the whole world for me, and all my efforts goes to their benefits. Of course, friendship is of great importance in the life of everybody. The human being is a social, is very social, so we need friendship. But we, I think that if we talk about the weight, the importance, my family is more important.
Of course, okay. Yes, generally, right? Family, for example, the family members are more important than anyone. But of course, there are some people, unfortunately, who consider their friends as their family members, meaning they give more importance to their friends than family members, and this is really sad, right? But anyway, in your
Yes,
case.
but yes, in my case, but of course, we have different relationships, and if we don't have a husband or kids, we have some friends that are so important that they are our family too,
Like, yeah,
right?
yeah, just like your best friend, she can be like a sister to you,
Yes, of course,
and
she
you can be
is.
a sister to her as well. Okay, so that's part one, everything about you.
Okay.
Okay, now part two will be again like an individual turn, meaning you will have to deliver kind of like a short talk, like a speech. And this is from 1 to 2 minutes. But again, do not stop unless the examiner gives you the signal that time is up, time is over. Okay, and usually they wait for 2 minutes. It's not only one. It says here 1 to 2, but actually most of them they
Two.
will, yes, because they want you to, you know, give more information, give more details. Probably you have to expand your answer, for example. Yeah. Okay. So of course this has been asked in the actual exam. Okay. You will be given a piece of paper to write notes or make an outline, and this is your topic. So give me 1 second. Some examiners will have a binder like this one. Okay, and they will just flip the pages, and there will be like questions here. Okay, like, okay, so this is your question for today, Marcelli, and I'm giving you 1 minute to write down notes if you wish. And after that, I will give you the signal to start, and this will be for, let's say, 2 minutes. Okay, and so this is your topic for today. Okay, so you will be asked to, of course, give a response to this topic and make sure that you are able to hit all the points. Okay, so if there are some questions here, describe a writer you would like to meet. Okay, so in your short talk, you should be able to, of course, say the name of the writer or the author. And then what do you already know about this writer? And what would you like to find out more about him or her? And then explain why you would like to meet this writer in person, like face to face. Okay, especially if this person is still alive. Okay, now I'm giving you 1 minute to prepare. I need to time you just 1 second. And then after that, 2 minutes to deliver. Okay, so your 1 minute starts now. So preparation first. You have to write down notes. Okay, time is up for the 1 minute now. It's time to deliver your response. So this will be for 2 minutes. Okay, your time starts now.
Okay. I will talk about a writer that I I started to read recently, and her name is Roberta Ferrer. She is a Brazilian writer, and she mostly writes about family and how to raising kids and
How to raise kids, how to raise.
how to raise, yes, how to raise kids and the most common difficulties we have to raise them, how the world is changing in a fast way. And I, she writes about very a lot of things that I have in common. Like she lives with her friends abroad. Now she is living in Portugal, and she is always writing about how to live to live with less weight, with being more light with our decisions. And I would like to meet her just to talk about life and family and have a good wine, maybe in Cascais where she lives.
Okay, time is up. Okay.
Yeah, and
Uh,
what do you think?
anyway, you were able, I think, mostly, yeah, I think almost, because you were talking about you would like to meet her, right? That's the last one,
Yes,
actually. Okay, don't
yes,
worry. Even if you were not able to give, like, a conclusion, or probably you were not able to wrap up your short talk, it's okay. Because you were able to say the name of the writer, what you already know about her, like she's living in Portugal, for example, right now. And what else would you like to find out about her? I think, what else would you like to find out about her? What did you
not
say?
really, but I could say how was her childhood, maybe.
Okay, so if there is anything that I would like to find out about her, is like how many family members she has, for example, and why did she decide to move to another country, for example. And I would really like to meet her because I want to share something with her, like about life, about my experience, about something like that. Okay, so you will
Yes.
have to wait for the right, I mean, for the examiner to give you the signal that when she says, okay, thank you so much, Marcelli, and I have some questions. So, meaning the questions will be related to the topic that you spoke about. Okay. So, for example, this is already a kind of like a two-way discussion. Okay. So, for example, it's about you talk about a writer, for example. So some of the questions that might be asked would be, what kinds of book do you think are the most popular among the children in your country? And why do you think that is? Well, you have a 6-year-old daughter, 6 or 5?
Yes, yes,
Yeah,
six.
okay, 6. And then you have a young one, which who is 1 year old, something like that. But anyway, you have this daughter who's 6. So, what do you think are the kinds of books that are still very popular among kids in Brazil nowadays?
Well, I think the most popular books, maybe that it's one that I don't know. Um,
Well, you can actually speak about, books in general. For example, well,
this just one question. This part I don't have any time to
no, 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 no,
prepare,
no, no,
right?
no, no. It will be a two-way discussion. Okay. So
Okay.
no time to write notes. You will not be time. So you will just depend on, the questions, response, questions, and then responses. So the examiner will be in control here.
Okay.
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 So what do you think will be some of those books that are, popular among children in your country these days?
Well, I think it, it it's the books that talks about fairy tales and fun stories, and the kids nowadays likes a lot of mystery stories. And my 6-year-old daughter loves the mysteries, and
You mean like
we have,
fairy tales, some fairy tale books, like
yes,
about
she likes
sin?
a lot fairy tales, but she likes more adventure books, you know,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
with mystery and I don't know if I can say terror because terror is strong
You mean
for
like,
strong
yeah, yeah,
kids,
yeah, yeah,
but
yeah.
she likes a mystery, you know.
Okay, yeah, yeah, yeah.
And they are they they her friends likes this kind of books either. And we have a program, a television program that is based in a book. And this book, Pollyanna, is a word spread book. I don't know if you know, but
What?
I think it was written in England. I don't know if in the 50s,
Okay.
and they are reading a lot Pollyanna. There are
Okay.
two books.
Okay.
Pollyanna, when she was a child, and then a teenager.
Okay, okay, okay. So these are books that are popular among children. For example, your daughter loves reading books that are kind of like a mystery, a fairy tale, or books with some adventures and things like that. And good thing, probably the examiner will say, "Oh, that's good because your daughter still loves to read books." Because there are many kids nowadays that do not like reading, for example. It's because of
Yes,
some technology, right? Okay, so probably
right.
one question will be, how do you think children can be encouraged to read more? Because with reading they will learn a lot, like, vocabulary, you know
Yes.
and probably about, there is probably a good lesson that they will get from reading a particular book, something like that. So being a mom, especially by a 6-year-old girl, how do you think children like your daughter can be encouraged to read more books?
I think the practice of reading has to come from the family. In our house, we always read books since she was 1 year old, and every night we we read some story to her, and now she has the habit to read every night. And I think that's the way we can encourage kids to read. We have to read to them when they are young to read. She can't read, and then I think it will become an habit
Hmm.
to read.
Yeah.
And we have to disencourage the television. We have to put a limit to the television hours, to
Mm-hmm.
the streaming.
Okay, or like, using their iPad or tablet, watching, or watching some shows
Yes,
or playing some games. Yeah. So we have to put a limit
yes.
on
Here
them.
we put a lot of limits on all these kinds of media.
Okay, that's good. That's good. Okay, so probably another question would be, okay, are there any occasions when reading at speed is a useful skill to have? Okay, what are they? For example, in your case, you are going to
Yes,
take the IELTS test anytime soon, right? For your application
yes,
here. Yeah. So there is a reading part of the test, and well, sometimes just like what you said, sometimes you struggle if the you know the the
yes,
set is a kind of like difficult. Odonata was easier, for example, but you don't have time actually to read every single word in the reading test because you only have 1 hour to do everything. Reading the questions, uh, following directions, reading the passage, and then answering, and then writing your answers. So 1 hour for 2,500 to 3,000 words won't be enough. So you have to have a strategy. So one skill that must be developed, especially for those people taking any test like IELTS or TOEFL or something similar, is to be able to read and being able to comprehend, what you read, what you see, right? So, do you think that there are any occasions when reading at speed is useful? It's a useful skill to have other than taking the
Of
IELTS?
course.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes. For teenagers taking the SATs, or sometimes when we apply to jobs, and they they have some tests to do, we have to have this skill either. And sometimes in my field, in medical, we have in medicine we have to read a lot of scientific jobs, and we don't have much time to read them, so we have to read with at speed.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
This is
Yeah.
this is
And this is an important skill too.
yes, this
Yeah.
is an occasion we have to read at speed too.
Yeah. Okay. Okay, do you think there are any jobs where people need to read a lot? What are those jobs?
I think people who are journalists, or they are lawyers.
Oh yeah, lawyers.
Lawyers have to read a lot. Judge,
Mm-hmm. Okay.
right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Judge,
But what about
maybe
you guys?
politicians.
What about
What?
you guys? Like medical doctors, do you think this is one job where you need to read a lot to, or not really? Especially if you're already
Not
practicing.
not really. Just when we have to update in some subject and read. I say scientific works. Yes.
Okay, okay. So
When we
only
have
if
to
you
read
need.
scientific words, we have to read at speed, because every day we have a lot of updates and works, scientific works being published. So it's a
Published.
lot of
Published.
published,
It's T.
published,
Published.
published,
Because it's
right?
SH. Yeah. It's SH
Published.
plus ED. So it becomes T. I sent you the
Published.
exercises. Were you able to see that one, Marceli? The exercises.
What?
The exercises, the sounds of the ED. Did you see that? I sent you. I
Yes,
sent you. Okay.
yes. But
Yeah.
I read, but that's a lot
I know.
to
You know,
remember the terminations.
okay, of course, it
But
takes, it takes time. It's a process. It's a process.
yes, it's a
Yeah,
process.
yeah, yeah. So anyway, it should be
Published,
published.
published,
Published. Yeah, okay.
published.
Okay. Now, last question. For example, in the set of speaking. Now, the speaking is for 11 to 14 minutes, but it all depends on the examiner. If he wants to ask more to test your speaking ability, then it may take probably 15 minutes or more. Okay? So, last would be, do you think that reading novels is more interesting than reading factual books? And why is that? In your own opinion, do you think
No,
it's
I don't think. In my opinion, no. I like to read factual books more. I think it's more interesting, and we get more focused in the story. I don't know much how to explain, but I think I in my opinion, I get more interested when it's a real fact.
Okay, it's about
I
real
don't like
people.
novels a lot.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Because in most cases, novels are fictional.
Yes.
Fictional. Factual books are non-fiction, meaning that factual books talk about real events, real people. Yeah, real life. Yeah. Okay. Very good. So that's how it is. See, um, when you do the speaking, of course, you have to show this confidence. You can express yourself. Actually, you are able to hit all the points, and that's good. So there are only few things that we need to work on. Of course, sometimes tenses, prepositions, but very minimal mistakes, and that's good. Okay.
Do you think I am better in speaking?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I
You,
am practicing with my husband.
that's good. That's good. So, yes, if you have this opportunity to practice it with somebody like your husband, who, of course, has the facility of the language, then do it, you know,
Okay.
because practice is the key, like,
Yeah,
yeah.
I think I am unlocking more my English.
Yeah,
I
that's
feel like I have this.
you
I
have more confidence now,
Yes,
and you're
yes.
more fluid now, more
Okay.
spontaneous. Yeah. But I think what I see sometimes is that you're trying to kind of like formulate or organize your thoughts. So it takes a little bit of a time, right? So what you can practice now is how you organize your thoughts more quickly so that you can also deliver this more quickly and more spontaneously, like you
Okay.
want to sound more natural, right? Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
Yes, you are right. I noticed this too.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay, good. So anyway, any of those exercises that I gave you, you can finish them at your own pace, and if you're done, then just let me know. But I will send you two
Okay.
more listening so that you will be able to practice more the listening. Okay. And of course, one more speaking. Uh, so reading, you're done with the reading, right? No more. Did I give you two?
No, I don't have no more
Okay,
words to do.
okay. So I will give you one reading and two listening. But
Okay.
you have to finish the first one first, right? You still have one
Yes,
that you
yes. I
need
have
to.
one listening to finish.
Okay, okay, okay. So let me see. Okay, here.
What
This.
grade would you give me in this last speaking we have already done?
Okay, you are between, if the examiner is very considerate, for example, you might get 7 to
Yes.
7.5.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, 7 to 7.5. But then if you, for
I
example,
will
more,
get better.
yeah, if you are more spontaneous and the confidence is there and you hit all the points, it's always possible to get higher than this, you know?
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So these are already questions that were already asked in the actual tests. Okay. Collection of questions that were already given. Okay. Um,
Okay.
so one of them is like talking about the most influential person in your life. Who do you consider the most influential person in your life? Have you answered this before or not yet?
No,
No.
not
Okay.
yet.
So who do you think is the most influential individual or person in your life, especially now?
Especially now.
Mm-hmm.
It's a difficult question.
Okay. Or if you think it's difficult, like probably you can think of someone in the past that influenced you to become what you are right now. For example, who influenced you to become a doctor?
Yes, this I would say my mother always wanted
Become.
wanted wanted
Wanted. Wanted.
to become a doctor. but I don't know what was her influence
Oh yeah.
and what was my my wish. But I think
I can hear you now. No, what happened? But can you hear me? I cannot hear you.
and
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Now I can
now
hear you. Yes, yes, yes. I can hear you now.
okay, but yes, I think the person who inflated,
No, no,
yes,
influenced. Influenced.
influenced, influenced me
No, no, no,
more
it's not
was
in
my mother.
influenced. No E. Okay, look. Influenced.
Influenced.
Yeah, because it ends in CE. Okay, it ends in C. So if you add D, the ED becomes T. So this is how
Okay,
you pronounce this.
influenced. Okay,
Influenced.
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 Okay,
Uh-huh.
influenced.
Yeah.
Influenced.
Exactly, exactly. Okay.
Influenced.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Okay.
Okay.
So the person who influenced me or influenced my life, yeah.
Yes, the person who influenced my life most was my mother. Although have I always have been with I have always this conflicted relationship with her, but he has influenced me
He
a lot.
has. She has.
Not
She has.
she has influenced me a lot.
Very good. Yeah.
As she always worked hard and studied a lot, and this always I always have I I always saw this like a great a great thing to follow, and there was this part of being a doctor. She was a physiotherapist, and
A
she worked in
physiotherapist. Physiotherapist. Physiotherapist.
physiotherapist.
Yeah.
Yes,
Mm-hmm.
physiotherapist. Physiotherapist. And she worked in a great hospital in my city, and she always brought me to no. She always
No.
brought me there. Yes,
Okay. She always like yeah brought me to her workplace.
yes, to her workplace, and I remember I loved to be there, and I was amazed with the doctor's work and all that patients they were able to help and to solve their problems. And I remember I liked that environment, the hospital environment. And nowadays, this is a great thing in my life. I don't like to be in a clinic, and I love to be in the hospital in this erotic
With
routine.
this
That
erratic scheduler
hospital is great.
routine. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Very good. But again, um, all of these
I hope
words.
you will.
Okay, so you really need to work on the ed form, like okay, so these are all regular verbs. And okay, here, let me erase that one. Okay, so the ed here, it's because of the ce, it should be influenced, t, right? And because of the k, it should be worked. Now, any regular verb that ends in ve, then you only have to pronounce d, loved. And ze, it's the same. It's only d. Solved, it's also d.
Solved.
And liked, because of the k, it's t.
D.
Okay.
Yes.
So please repeat after me, because you all pronounce the e here, like you said, love it, amaze it, like it, solve it. Okay, and it's kind of like very, very clear that you pronounce or
D.
the e sound here. Okay, so please repeat after me. You say influenced,
Influenced.
worked,
Worked.
loved,
Loved.
amazed,
Amazed.
solved,
Solved.
liked.
Liked.
Okay, what about this one?
Talked.
Very good.
Punished.
No, it's not
Punished.
punished, but it's punished.
Punished.
Okay, so the ed, yeah, the ed is also t.
T.
Yeah,
Punished.
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 Okay,
Punished. Wished.
wished, wished.
Wished.
No, it's not wished, but it's wished.
Wished. T.
Yeah,
Right.
it's, yeah,
Smashed.
good.
Cracked.
Very good.
Stopped. No.
It's, yeah, it stopped.
Yeah,
Stopped. Yeah.
Celebrated.
Okay, this one is id, celebrated.
IT.
id, celebrated.
Celebrate. Celebrate. Commended.
Commanded.
Commended.
Okay, so one more time, please. Talked,
Talked.
published. I mean, punished.
Punished.
No, it's not punished, punished.
Punish.
Okay, so let me see. What about if I put T here? No, ed.
Punished.
Good.
Right?
Yes. Wished,
Wished.
smashed,
Smashed.
cracked,
Cracked.
stopped,
Stopped.
celebrated,
Celebrated.
commanded.
Commended.
Okay. So anyway, I still have class after you, Marceli. After my class, I will send you some exercises to do.
Okay.
Okay. So
Can you send me that the speaking?
Oh, yeah,
speaking
yeah.
parts,
I will. Yeah.
so I can practice here.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Bye bye.
Thank you, Luisa.
You're
Bye
welcome.
bye.
Bye bye.
See you.
See you.